Welcome to the RadioU Podcast. Coming up, Donald Trump is changing the Coke recipe?
Also, Stranger Things Season 5 teaser trailer just came out, and everyone is going to die.
All that and more on the way next. You know a movie's big, truly big, when it starts having real-world consequences. 8772 RadioU. That is what's happening with Superman, where Crypto, the Superdog's appearance in the movie, has inspired people to adopt rescue dogs of their own.
Yeah, this is so cool that this has inspired this. Not only rescue dogs, people are just looking for, as you mentioned, they're looking for a rescue dog, but also they're looking for schnauzers because that's what the Crypto dog is.
Since Superman released last week, Google searches for adopt a dog near me have gone up 513%.
Wow.
And it's not like people weren't searching to adopt a dog before.
Yeah.
So 513, that'd be one thing if it was one person searches for it.
Right.
513% on what is already a pretty big search. That's huge. Then you also add in rescue dog adoption near me has gone up 163%. And like you mentioned, the adopt a schnauzer searches have gone up basically 300%. So people are really looking in to adopting dogs, and it's thanks to Crypto in Superman.
I mean, I understand. I've seen only the trailers so far, and Crypto is absolutely adorable. You've seen the movie. Mm-hmm. Is he just as good in the movie?
Crypto is a really fun character in the movie, and I think part of what makes him stand out is, one, they actually, I was kind of worried that we'd get one or two scenes of Superdog and that'd be it.
Yeah.
But the way they showed in the trailer, they built it up of I want to see some Crypto.
Yes.
And we got to see some Crypto.
Yeah.
And they didn't do a typical, you think about it, how most dogs are portrayed in movies, and it's kind of very similar, especially if the dogs don't talk. Mm-hmm. But they do stuff different with Crypto, and that makes it really fun. So, adorable. Definitely a reason to go watch the movie, and I understand why people are now being gravitated a little more to adopting a dog. I will say that anytime you see something like this, I always have to just give a disclaimer, a warning. I feel like this happened. We definitely know this happened during COVID of you get emotional, or you get that excitement of I'm going to adopt a dog. But it becomes not as, I love having Zafira the dog, and many people know having a dog is a lot of fun. It's also a lot of work,
a
lot of maintenance, a lot of vet bills. And so just you got to maintain the commitment after when Superman the movie is 6 years old and you've had that dog for a while and it's barking at everything and it has big vet bills.
Yeah, exactly. Just know what you're signing up for when you decide to adopt a dog. You don't want to have regret later down the road. I will say, though, as a person that read so many comic books growing up, Crypto was never a schnauzer in the comics.
No, yeah, I figured that's not the typical choice.
Yeah, he was a lab.
Yeah.
But I think it's not a bad choice from James Gunn because he's got the floppy ears.
Yep.
A little more scruffy looking. I think it actually works.
Yeah, I think they did. I think it's inspired by his own dog.
Oh,
right?
is it?
They took inspiration from James Gunn's own rescue dog, and which I think is a Schnauzer Terrier, and it makes it stand out more because there's a bajillion movies that have the well-trained golden retriever or lab or whatever that's the, dog hero. And so this one just does it different.
Yeah.
Even if it strays away from the comics. If you wanted it to be exactly true to the comics, maybe, I don't know, just read the comics.
Maybe.
Mark your calendars. July 17th is when we start talking about pumpkin spice.
Oh boy.
It's happening. But this is worthy of a mention.
Okay.
Because it's pumpkin spice and it's Little Debbie.
You can't go wrong with Little Debbie. It is a little early, in my opinion, to already be bringing out the pumpkin spice stuff. But I've heard from so many people online that fall for businesses starts July 5th.
Yeah. Yeah, which I hate because it's not that I don't like pumpkin spice. I just don't like wishing away the summer.
Exactly.
Summer doesn't end if you say fall begins July 5th, that means summer ends July 5th, and that's not true.
That's not true.
It's still summertime. Let's enjoy it.
It's still summer. We're still feeling the heat. Believe me, we're still feeling the heat. So we definitely don't feel like fall. But yeah, we got definitely several weeks of summer break left. Don't wish it all away.
Don't wish it away. But I understand now you get to the dog days of summer, you start jonesing a little bit for college football and pumpkin spice. And so Little Debbie has heard your cries. Little Debbie is going to be bringing a new pumpkin spice cake to the menu this fall. And that is the pumpkin spice oatmeal cream pie.
Ooh, and it's available now?
No.
It's not coming till later.
No, this is, you probably start looking for this next month, although it is listed on Walmart.com. So
okay, so you can already buy it from Walmart.
Maybe you can pre-order it. But yeah, I think now that it's announced, so now it's out and set into the world, you may start to see it on shelves at any time. I don't think there's an exact when it's stuff that goes into stores. There's no like exact release date,
right?
But this is going to be something new from Little Debbie, the pumpkin spice OCP, as some call it.
Well, we got to try it because I do love oatmeal cream pies. They're probably one of my favorite things ever, and I had to stop buying them because I just can't control myself from eating them.
Yeah, well, and we ran out here, Radio U, which is a rare situation.
I don't know who would bring who was buying them for our station. Yeah, but whoever was, thank you for stopping because again, I cannot control myself when they are around.
Well, we are definitely gonna, when we see them, get our hands on the pumpkin spice oatmeal cream pie. I feel like Little Debbie has done this more recently, but they haven't, like, they historically don't switch up their offerings that much. And so it's kind of a big deal that they're trying to be so trendy and putting out a new flavor of oatmeal cream pie, pumpkin spice no less.
I know, the OG oatmeal cream pie is so good. It's like you really don't want to mess with that. But hey, you know, as you mentioned, pumpkin spice, a very viral thing, so might as well give it a shot.
There's, as much as people complain about pumpkin spice, there's a reason that literally like every brand ever puts out new pumpkin spice stuff every year, and it gets earlier and earlier because people keep on buying it.
People keep on buying it.
If they were losing money on this, they wouldn't be doing it.
Exactly. And we talked about this last year, how there's literally a pumpkin spice tax because everything that's pumpkin spice flavored somehow gets inflated in price. The businesses are doing this, by the way. This isn't like actual like inflation, but the businesses increase the price a little bit because people are willing to pay more just simply because it has pumpkin spice on it.
They'll pay more for the vibes. That's all it is.
Yeah.
It's just the vibe. But the pumpkin spice oatmeal cream pies, keep your eyes out, and we will do a food fight with those as soon as we find them, even if it is in July. We'll still do that. On the menu today, the return of Diet Cherry Coke. This went away, I don't know how many years ago, but based off of the design, this experienced its heyday definitely in the 80s and 90s.
I was going to say, the design is so cool, very retro, and it's making me, you know, yesterday we got a teaser for Stranger Things. It's making me feel like we're in the Stranger Things, you know,
timeline,
universe.
Yeah, back in the 80s. This, I mean, we don't design things this cool anymore.
We really don't. We really don't.
I feel like design kind of died when I was born, basically. But this is awesome. Even no matter how it tastes, I'm glad they're making it just because of this bottle. Give it that nice open, crack it open.
The can also looks, I would say, even cooler because the can is fully this design. Obviously, the bottle, just the wrapping is the old retro design, which is so cool. But the whole can looks really awesome.
Now, I would never drink Diet Coke. I would never, absolutely never. And I do drink Coke Zero, but I would never drink Diet Coke. So this has a little bit of a mountain to climb for me. But it actually, to me, it's a vast improvement on Diet Coke because I would drink this. This is good.
Yeah, no, this is great. Also, I am a little sad because on the side here, I just noticed it says limited edition.
Oh, yeah, this is not staying around forever.
It's not staying, guys.
Unless if we really like it and buy a lot.
I was going to say, maybe they will change their mind if we like absolutely go crazy with it. But yeah, it tastes really good.
Yeah. Apparently it was kind of, it's been kind of hard to find, but I don't know if that's just because it's kind of newer or because it's out there and people are buying it up so quick. Because I did have a difficult time getting my hands on this. But I guess for good reason, because this is a really solid diet soda.
Absolutely. I would definitely drink this. I'm usually not a cherry flavored soda type of person, but this tastes really good.
Yeah, they nailed it. Why would they ever take this away?
I know. That's what I'm kind of wondering. I'm like, this is so good. It needs to be a staple.
Yeah, keep this around.
Keep it around.
What else are you doing that's so good? Coca-Cola?
A lot of things. Hold on. They do a lot of great things.
They do too many.
I mean,
I go to the soda
they have
aisle.
so many wins.
There's way too much going on there. There's like 18 different versions of Sprite.
Well, it's not all from the Coca-Cola Company.
It is. All the Sprite is from Coke. I'm frustrated. It's just like focus on the good stuff.
Isn't like 7-Up from the Pepsi Company?
Well, that's not Sprite.
Well, I just mean like there's a whole bunch of different types of Sprite, like a lemon lime soda.
There's too many types of Sprite itself. There's like Sprite with tea now. What are we doing?
Sprite with tea? Okay,
yeah,
I didn't
you're
know
telling
that.
me you introduced that and you took away Diet Cherry Coke. What do you think is better? What do you think is more important?
They do try a lot of new things all the time, which
Yeah.
we've tried a bunch of the new stuff.
We wouldn't have a lot. If they did just stick with what works, we wouldn't have as many food fights, would we?
No, we
But
wouldn't.
this works. The Diet Cherry Coke. Now, I will say, I don't make the kind of money that can afford to be buying Diet Cherry Coke all the time. Soda has gotten out of control.
It's so expensive.
But and I mean, this actually does literally. There's no calories. It does nothing for your health. Nothing good. So it's hard to justify. But then again, it's a nice treat.
It is a nice treat.
And I will be drinking the rest of this Diet Cherry Coke.
Yeah.
Throughout the day, I'll just sip it. I'll nurse it throughout the day.
Nurse it.
Yeah. So thumbs up, Coke.
Thumbs up.
And thumbs down for having so many versions of Sprite. Jon Jones is back. Considered one of the greatest UFC fighters of all time, has announced he's coming out of retirement. 8772 Radio U, and he's coming back in a big way. He says he wants to fight at the White House on July 4th of next year to celebrate America's 250th anniversary, the bi-something centennial. By half, I don't know. What do you call it?
I'm not entirely sure because I mean it's 250 years.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know.
The bicentennial is 200.
200 years.
And then there's a word that you add in to make it 250. By.
We sound really dumb right now. Let's just stop.
We could have just looked it up beforehand. Now you may be thinking, if you follow any UFC at all, didn't Jon Jones just retire?
When reading this article, I was like kind of laughing because he literally just retired. Then like a few weeks later, it's like, I'm back, guys.
Yeah, he wasn't really gone for very long. It was June 22nd when he confirmed that he was retired. Dana White, the CEO of UFC, had said the day before, had announced that Jon Jones was retiring. So he made it less than a month before he's like, actually, I'm going to come back. But if he does come back and if this all actually happens, which out of all the things that President Trump says, a UFC fight on July 4th at the White House is one of the more realistic, but also one of the things where I'm like, are we really going to do that though? Like that seems it says not un-American, but just doesn't seem like what we would do, you know? I think we're doing it.
Right. I think we are doing it. I know for me, I'm not interested in like UFC and boxing. I think I've shared that before. Like for me, a sport where the whole idea is to like hit someone's head enough that it knocks them out. It's just not something that really appeals to me. But, it is very popular. And I know Donald Trump, he's good friends with Dana White. And so this honestly makes sense that he would want to do something like this. Again,
yeah,
UFC,
he goes to a lot of fights, Donald Trump does.
He does, yeah. And I can't argue with the fact that UFC is popular all across America. So I think this is something a lot of Americans will enjoy on July 4th.
And you can't, if you are going to do a July 4th 250th celebration on the White House with a UFC fight, you've got to have big names in it. And there's pretty much no bigger name in UFC than Jon Jones, even at his somewhat advanced age.
How old is he? Do we know?
Right now he's 37. I don't know when his birthday is, but I have to imagine he'd probably be 38 by the time July 4th of next year rolls around. There's UFC fighters that are at that age, though. It's not crazy to be that old and still be fighting, but I mean, that's pretty old for any professional athlete.
For sure.
It's him and Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady. That's about the list.
I was going to say, he really did pull like a Tom Brady with this move, though.
Yeah.
Like the retiring and then I'm back part. So maybe it'll be a good thing for him to be back, you know?
Yeah. And I have to imagine, too, if I had to guess, that if he does return for this fight, if this actually happens, it would probably be against Tom Aspinall, very fittingly, from the UK.
Yes.
What better way to celebrate July 4th?
The pressure on John Jones.
The 250th anniversary. To take out a British guy at the White House.
Yeah, you better take him out.
You're gonna tell me you're not gonna watch that?
I mean, I don't know if I will because I don't know if it'll be free.
I think it's got on July 4th. It has to be free.
It better be, but who knows? Who knows?
Yeah.
Because most of these UFC fights aren't.
But this would be different on July 4th. Like Donald Trump, America should pay, like, from our tax dollars, just pay for everybody to be able to watch this.
I don't want my tax dollars to go to that, but
our tax dollars go to much stuper things. Come on.
It's true.
I was skeptical about this. Like I said, it just sounds like something that the president would say. And it's like, are we actually going to do that? But more and more things now are starting to tumble towards it's happening.
It's happening.
We only have to wait an entire year. Maybe you've noticed dating not as easy as people claim it used to be. 8772 RadioU. Maybe that's because so many people that are single are just not looking to date, according to this new survey, where literally, according to Rasmussen reports, 37% of singles under the age of 30 said they're not interested in dating. That's over a third of all the single people that, and under 30, that's the people you would more expect to be single. And they're not wanting to date at all.
They're just so apathetic towards the dating game that they're like, I don't want to do it.
Yeah. I'm curious how this compares to, like, if you did this survey, if you just took the same question and asked it of the same age group every 20 years or so.
Right.
Are people under 30 less wanting to date now than 20 years ago? You know what I mean? Or is this just something you say when you're under 30?
No, I think it has gone down. I think that just with what we have to face now in the dating world of the 21st century of 2025, it's so bad and so much full of just like overthinking and all of these hoops you have to jump through. Like not too long ago, we were talking about the hoop of women creating this idea that you need to text on the morning of the date to confirm, even though the date was already confirmed beforehand. And they won't even show up unless you text them that morning.
Yeah.
So like we're creating all of these hoops. We're making it so much more difficult to date that I would imagine, it is kind of annoying to have to try and date right now. So a lot of people probably don't want to even try.
I don't know. I feel like they've probably gone up a little bit, but I feel like people were difficult before too.
No, people were certainly difficult, but I'm just saying like the parameters we've put in place of like how you even find people to date have made it much harder.
But don't you think you have so many more choices now than...
Yeah, it's called choice paralysis now.
Yeah.
Too much choice.
We've got it too good is what we've got.
No, I think we've actually done the reverse of what we wanted, where it's like a long time ago, you would be like, you had your option of what was in your hometown.
Yeah.
And now it's like you have the whole world at your fingertips. But
if there's only 4 people left, you just wind up having to be stuck with somebody.
Yeah, which isn't great. That's also not a great option. But I mean, it certainly led to more marriage and more, people getting married and having kids or whatever and having families, settling down, and certainly settling down younger. But now we have the whole world at our fingertips with dating. Some of these dating apps let you do passport mode, which means you can date all over the United States or all over the globe. So you're seeing people from literally everywhere. So it's caused the opposite to happen, whereas there's so much choice, you always think there's a better option out there. You don't want to settle down.
And now that you can be much more mobile with life too, like you mentioned, you used to just kind of be stuck with whoever was in your town because you were probably going to be there your whole life.
Right.
Now everybody's moving around. Like you have the opportunity to, and who even this is my thing. who has the money to date? Like, it's not cheap as a guy that would want to pay for stuff. But even as women, like, it's not like it's free to go on dates yourself. You might get a free meal or whatever, but you want to buy outfits and blah, blah. And like, who has the money?
Yep.
And you got to work to be able to have, and that's taking up all your time. So you don't even have time to date.
Right.
And yeah, you just have other opportunities that you're like, well, maybe this is more important than dating right now, where I feel like, it used to be not so long ago. There was just like a pretty normal trajectory in life. And now there's much more options, which can be a very good thing. But it also means it makes it more difficult. If you are the person that wants to date, it changes things.
It changes things. It makes you a little more apathetic. I mean, we talked about it yesterday of like how 50 or like 40 some percent of men don't even want to approach women because they're worried about being seen as creepy.
Yeah.
So it's just overall not a great environment for dating right now.
It's and then when 37% of the people that could be an option for you are out, that makes it even more difficult. We're just taking a very important step forward towards a Legend of Zelda movie. 8772 RadioU. Nintendo announced yesterday the casting choices for Zelda and Link for when they make a live-action Legend of Zelda film. They announced that for Zelda, it's going to be Bo Bragison.
Never heard of her.
I could list the things she's in for you, but I don't think that would really help anybody much. I mean, Allie, you can see a picture of her. Do you think she has the Zelda look?
I think she does. She's adorable. I'll just say that. She's very young, but I think she fits the Zelda role.
I mean, Zelda and Link, they gotta be young, right?
Yeah, right. I'm glad that they're going with the young looks.
And then for Link, it's going to be Benjamin Evan Ainsworth. You could definitely cut at least one of those names. Just Ben Ainsworth would be totally fine. He has actually, even though I'm sure most people wouldn't recognize him, and he's very young, he has some credits that would at least be noteworthy to the average person. Like, he was in the live action Pinocchio. He was Pinocchio. He was Pinocchio's voice anyways.
Okay.
He was also in The Haunting of Bly Manor.
That's where I recognize him from.
And The Sandman on Netflix.
I've seen that as well.
Yeah.
He plays the young Sandman.
So that is who they're going with. This is the kind of announcement that these names, I think, unless you're a real sicko that's like that's just watched everything and knows every person that's ever been in anything, these are names that aren't going to win any awards of like, oh, I can't wait to see it because now I know that Bo Bragison's in it.
But I'm okay with that.
But it's
the
okay.
Legend of Zelda name itself is the draw. I'm okay with no-name actors being behind the roles because it's like, that's kind of fun to me to have people that are just like, you don't really know who they are. We don't always need A-listers for every single project.
Yeah, well, especially when it's something that's supposed to be like, again, these are supposed to be, Link and Zelda are supposed to be young.
Right.
They don't necessarily, it's not children, but like they should be young. And so it stands to reason that the names that you would choose, there's only so many like famous child teen actors.
Right.
And so you don't need to have somebody that's already a household name for these roles. And something tells me that the Legend of Zelda movie, people are still going to want to see that either way.
Oh, absolutely. I'm so excited for this. I really hope they do like the Ocarina of Time story. Like that's what I would love to see. But we'll see. I'm just excited overall.
Yeah. Let us know how you feel about a Legend of Zelda live action movie and particularly these casting choices at 8772 RadioU. I don't know the exact timeline of when this is supposed to be, when we can actually expect this.
Probably not for a while.
They're literally just announcing the casting of the stars now.
Right.
That means we've still got a long road to go.
I would say maybe 2027.
If we're lucky.
Yeah, maybe around there.
Email mornings@radiou.com if you ever want help sorting out roommate situations. This one is a classic. The gal who says, I'm going to be moving into a 4-bed, 2-bath college apartment with 3 other girls. I bought a 40-inch TV to put in my room while I'm there since the living room doesn't have one, and I like to play games. Some people said I should share the TV and put it in the living room instead of in my room. I don't really want to, but I don't want to come off as inconsiderate while I'm there either. Is it okay for me to just keep it in my room since it's mine, or will I come off as a jerk? Please help. 772 Radio U. I think for me, I have a good answer for this.
Okay.
I think I have some good advice.
I think this is a rather innocent roommate debate because she wants to make sure she's all good before the debate even happens.
Yeah, I'm glad you're asking this before y'all move in.
Yes.
And that you want to foster a good relationship with your roommates. I'm not sure. We don't have the backstory of do y'all know each other in any way?
Right. But she does sound like a very thoughtful person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But also selfish. 8772 Radio U. We'll get some good advice here. Send us in your thoughts, what you think about sharing your own TV in a college apartment. We're doing roommate debate. We have a gal who's going to be moving in with 3 other girls at a college apartment. She just bought a new TV, 40 inches, if that matters. She's wondering, she wants to keep it in her room, but she's wondering, and other people are telling her she should share it and put it in the living room. Should she, or is that being selfish to keep it in her own room? 8772 Radio U. We'll start with Max. Max says, hook up your games and a computer and say it's a monitor first so you can keep it in your room.
So come up with an excuse as to why.
That's right. They wouldn't expect you to put a monitor in
No.
the living room.
No, and most of the time monitors are actually just TVs.
Yeah.
Heard from Logan. He said it is not inconsiderate to want to play your TV, play games on your TV that you paid for with your hard-earned money in your own room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's definitely not. Jason says she's taking the TV because she's a gamer. If she gives up the TV for public usage, she might be at the mercy of the other girls for when she is allowed to play games. I would keep the TV in your room. You can get TVs for very cheap, so they could all pitch in and get one for the main room.
Yes. I was going to say it's not expensive to get a flat screen TV now, and you could all definitely pitch in, $30 each and get a pretty nice, decent sized TV.
Yeah.
And have it delivered straight to the house. So
Jason nailed it. You should all get a community TV. 40 inches is probably not even big enough for a group TV anyways.
I was going to say that's not super huge. That's probably the size of what my TV is. But, I have a small apartment. I live by myself.
For 4 people with a living room, you probably want, in this day and age, bigger than 40 inches. But Jason, I had 2 thoughts. Jason nailed one of them, which is you should keep it in your room.
Yeah.
But you should have a group TV. Pitch that idea. And if everybody else is like, no, I don't want that, then that means you also should be fine to keep it in your room because they don't care.
Right.
But the other thing is, this is something I've been through, which is, again, why even more I recommend the community TV that you share paying for. I had a roommate and he didn't have a TV and I did. And it was just the 2 of us. And wouldn't you know how often he was banging on my door asking to use my TV.
Really?
And so, yeah, because he didn't have a job. He couldn't afford one. His parents wouldn't buy one because he's supposed to be doing school. And I did. And so, yeah, he always wanted to be, he was very social anyways. He just wanted to be
wanted
around
to hang
me.
out.
Yeah. So, which is fine. But that is another risk you run of if you don't get a community TV and you just walk in, put your TV in your room, and never discuss anything. Yeah. The chances are there's one of those girls is going to be like, can I watch your TV or can I use it to play whatever your games are? So that is another thing to keep in mind. And so cannot recommend the group TV enough. That'll be a good, if you guys get a group TV, that'll be a good thing for you. I know definitely for guys it would be this way. If you're watching, for us, we watch football. That's a good roommate building. You all get along, whatever activity is to just have a TV that everybody can share. And you might fight over it, but then you've got your own TV, so you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, I really don't think there's any wrong route to go here. If you want to decide to share this TV, that's fine. But also, if you want to keep it in your room, that's fine. It's your TV. You can do that. But I really like the idea of you all pitching in together and getting your own TV. I've done both of these options. I've done one where it's I shared my own TV with everybody and put it in the living room, or I've also kept it in my own room and somebody else had a TV that we use as a community TV. So I think there's really no wrong way to go about this, but if you know that you're somebody that's wanting to use your TV a lot, and it sounds like you want to play video games, then I think the best bet is to put your TV in your own room.
There is a wrong answer, because if you put it out in the living room, and then you discover that you don't get to use it as much as you wanted to, you can't, there's no taking it back.
No going back.
So community TV, do it. Figure it out. We don't do politics on RadioU, but for the second time today, we're going to talk about Donald Trump. This time because you're not going to believe this. On Truth Social, his social media platform, he was posting out yesterday that Donald Trump, has gotten Coca-Cola to decide to switch from using high fructose corn syrup to real cane sugar.
I love this move.
He says this will be a very good move by them. You'll see. It's just better.
It's absolutely just better. As a person that grew up overseas, I can guarantee that. It is so much better.
Now Coca-Cola. Now you might be wondering, why is Donald Trump announcing this?
Right, very odd.
And Coca-Cola is not. Coca-Cola said, we appreciate President Trump's enthusiasm for our iconic Coca-Cola brand. More details on our new innovative offerings within our Coca-Cola product range will be shared soon.
Okay, so they haven't made a statement yet, but they're not denying anything. No,
but I will be shocked if Coca-Cola just says we are getting rid of high fructose corn syrup completely. Fructose, whatever. We're getting rid of corn syrup completely and switching to sugar only. That would be wild if they go ahead and do that.
But I think they should. Cane sugar, like natural cane sugar in Coca-Cola, soda, whatever, is better.
I think it is. I think it's better.
It's better.
I've had now. Pepsi already offers this. They have both. The typical Pepsi you would get is still like flavored with corn syrup or sweetened with corn syrup. But then they have Pepsi, what they now call Soda Shop. It used to be Throwback, and that's been something that they've offered since 2014. That is Pepsi flavored with cane sugar or sweetened with cane sugar and beet sugar instead of high fructose corn syrup.
I've never even seen that before.
Yeah, no, that's been and they did it with Mountain Dew too. I think you can still get the Mountain Dew one. And when I used to drink full calorie soda, I would usually pick that over the standard Pepsi or Mountain Dew. So it's worked for Pepsi, but obviously that's their side offering, and still the corn syrup one is
their main one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now for Coke too, you can at some places get the Mexican Coke, which is the cane sugar version.
Yep.
And that's in the glass bottle, but that's much less common. So I would imagine that Coke is going to do the same thing that Pepsi did, and that's offer both. And
just offer a new
I think
version.
that'd be exciting to people, yeah.
I mean, yeah, sure. I do think, though, the rest of the world that, Coke manufacturing, they use cane sugar. Like growing up in Africa, every single Coke, like literally Coke brand, Coca-Cola, all of them made with cane sugar.
Everywhere else, it'd be harder to get corn, right? Like that's our thing here in the United States is corn. And that's why we have so much corn syrup.
I'm not entirely sure what the reasoning behind it is or whatever, because Mexico, they seem to have plenty of corn there, but they make it with cane sugar as well. I don't know if it was FDA, if there was some type of reason why it switched, because I think initially it probably was made with cane sugar here in the U.S.
It was in the 80s. Coke made the switch, and I don't know exactly when Pepsi did too, but they switched because corn, they did it gradually where they did a combo and then eventually switched to corn syrup because it was, there was corn subsidies, like we said, in the United States, we do corn.
Right, we do.
And so that is where it came from. I guess it was cheaper then. So now the Pepsi Soda Shop, the Throwback, is typically the same price.
Right.
So, and yeah, if you can pay the same price, I think the cane sugar version is better. But I mean, for me, there's no chance. I would taste it once, but there's no, and I mean, I know what it tastes like, but I can't afford to have all those calories, no matter whether it's corn syrup or sugar. Like I'm an adult now.
Right.
I can't be throwing it away on corn syrup and sugar.
No,
At least not constituted like that.
For sure. I'm definitely not switching from Diet Coke to go back to regular Coke just because it switches to cane sugar. But surprisingly enough, the cane sugar Coke is actually better for you than the corn syrup version.
Yeah, I always wonder, like, is it, especially with the Mexican Coke, is it just because it's in a glass bottle? But there's something about
everything in glass tastes better.
It tastes better. There's something.
Everything in glass tastes better.
I think it's like marginal. I feel like you could put two in a cup side by side, and you didn't know which was which, and you probably would think the sugar one was better, but it is better.
It is. Well, this is a pretty exciting discovery from astronomers in Japan. They recently spotted a distant object orbiting the sun far beyond Neptune.
Ooh, a new planet!
Maybe a new dwarf planet. Or potentially something that may prove that there is a ninth planet, like a giant ninth planet.
Okay.
Which there's been some theories on this. And as I share these details, you'll see what the theory exactly is.
So you're telling me they discovered something that might be a dwarf planet that would explain a ninth planet that's massive.
They have discovered something that may not be the size of a dwarf planet, but may be a part of the orbiting of a big planet that has a large gravitational pull.
Okay.
That we just don't know about.
But we can't see that.
It would be past Neptune, so yeah, we don't know it.
It's camouflaged?
Or we just haven't been able to see it. I mean, space is big. Even our own solar system.
Yeah.
It's large. Mm-hmm. It's very large. In fact, so large that this thing is the farthest distance from the sun is 252 AU, which is an astronomical unit. Mm-hmm. Astronomical units, that's basically for the average distance between the Earth and the sun, which is around, I think, 93, 94 million miles. Mm-hmm. So that's 252 of those from the sun. So quite far away that we're talking about here. But they've given it the formal designation of 2023 KQ-14, or nicknamed Ammonite, which I think let's just go with Ammonite. That's way better, guys. Come on, what KQ-14?
Why Ammonite, though?
Ammonite was, I guess, a marine, a designation of marine animals that went extinct.
Okay.
And so,
what does that have to do with this?
Well, this is potentially a relic from a planet that may no longer be here. So maybe it's a part of an extinct planet. Who knows? There's lots of theories as far as where this comes from.
Yeah.
But this discovery was just published this week, and it marks the fourth detection of what they call a sednoid.
Okay.
Which sednoids are they are detached from Neptune, and they're objects that are orbiting around the sun, but they're not influenced by the gravitational pull of Neptune.
Okay.
And the three that were discovered before Ammonite, they all moved in the same gravitational pull. So this is where the theory comes in on a ninth planet.
Okay.
They were thinking maybe there is something that has such a gravitational force, so a big enough planet to have a very strong gravitational pull, that they're all moving in the same direction because they're orbiting around that.
So they're moons.
Maybe moons are just fragments of something. But this one, Ammonite, moves in a different direction, a different orbit.
Oh.
So it kind of disproves that there is a ninth planet.
Well, there is a ninth planet. It's Pluto.
Yeah, I mean, I would agree with that.
Yeah. So a 10th planet, though.
Yes.
We're starting to think no.
Yes, we're starting to think no.
If there's something that big, like how are we to be able to see these other smaller things that aren't planets, and we can't see the big giant other planet?
That's my thought exactly. I'm like, come on, we would have known by now if we had some large planet that was, just out there past Neptune. Now, Neptune's very far away. We're talking billion miles away from the sun.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think at this point with the James Webb Telescope, Hubble, all of the things that we've had with space discovery for many, many years, we would know about a 10th planet.
Yeah. Let's put that to bed.
Yeah. So I think this definitely does help put that theory to bed.
Okay. Ammonite.
Well
done, Ammonite. Yesterday, the official teaser for Stranger Things 5 dropped. If you watched it, let us know what you thought. 8772 RadioU. Don't spoil too much or anything. Allie, I know I didn't watch it. Did you watch it?
I did. Me and Nene watched it as soon as it came out.
You did?
Yes.
And, okay, what's your reaction then? Stranger Things 5, the official teaser. How do you feel?
I gotta be honest, I have been very nervous how they're gonna end this story because I've loved Stranger Things, and I'm just like, I'm keeping my expectations low. In the trailer, though, in the teaser trailer, obviously they don't show you anything as far as like who's going to die. But it looks like a lot of people are about to die.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking people are going to die.
Oh, yeah. There's going to be carnage.
And I'm thinking that with the way they have it split up, right? We talked about this when Netflix announced that Volume 1 is a few episodes, and that's November 26th. Volume 2 is Christmas, and then the actual finale is New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
That's like 3 opportunities for major cliffhangers.
Right.
And probably 3 opportunities at least that you want to like really pull people's emotions with killing off main characters.
I know that's what they're going to do.
Yeah.
It's going to be so sad. And so, again, I'm keeping my expectations low because I've loved this show so much. I have no idea how they're going to end it and wrap it all up. But
with everybody dead.
Yeah.
They're all going to die.
It feels like it.
Probably Vecna wins, I think.
No. But the teaser trailer did start off with Steve in it. And so Nene and I were watching it, and I was like, oh my gosh, I love Steve. And Nene goes, I wonder why. Yeah. And I was like, I will be so mad if they kill Steve, which is true. I will be so mad if they kill Steve.
He is the obvious one to kill because he's so heroic.
He's so beloved.
Yeah, but so he's the exact character that would sacrifice himself.
I know.
And you would believe it.
He's such a good guy.
Yeah, so he's dead. I mean, he's definitely dead.
That's exactly what Nene said. He's like, oh, Steve is dead meat.
Yeah, Steve is done. We should really just be wondering who is going to survive.
Right, who is going to make it out?
Hopper's dead.
Oh, no.
He's totally dead. 11, maybe.
I think, yeah, she's probably the only one that's wearing like the safety vest that like quarterbacks wear during practice.
Yeah, the red jersey.
She's got that on.
I don't know. I think she's gonna die too.
She's gonna die?
Yeah, she's gotta die.
I think the guaranteed death that we can count on is Will.
Yeah. I think I don't know. They can't kill off too many people or we'll get upset.
Well, I think it all started with Will. And I was talking about this with my cousins. It all started with him. I feel like it's going to be like it has to end with
that
Will.
That closes the loop.
Yep.
Yeah, but I can't watch the trailer though because I don't want anything. I want to go in completely blind.
Okay, here's my question for you.
Yeah.
Are you going to, because Nene said he's going to watch it as it comes out. I'm going to wait until it's all out on, like just January 1st, basically, and then binge it all. What are you going to do? What's your tactic?
My goal is to watch it as fast as I can. I don't think I'm going to wait on episode 1 until after New Year's.
Okay.
So now does that mean I'll be able to binge all through every episode? I guess you got a month between the first set and then the next set at Christmas. So I think I'll be able to keep up. And then watch everything as it comes.
Well, I would much rather watch it all at once, but I am a little bit nervous about spoilers.
Yeah, no, it's going to be tough to be a part of the conversation. We got a show to do for the entire time between Thanksgiving and Christmas.
Right.
You think we're not going to talk about Stranger Things?
Oh, I didn't think of that.
Yeah, so fire up that Netflix subscription. I was thinking, we talked about several times already this summer, like since July 4th, how we're wishing summer away. It's disappearing. And we need to soak it up now while we still have the chance. The bad news about summer slipping through our fingers, or the good news is that at least with the fall comes Stranger Things and all the other good things that fall brings.
At least we hope to be hopeful about that. It could ruin our fall.
It could be bad, but it's going to be fun. If it's bad, it'll still be fun.
It's something to look forward to.
Yeah.
Sure.
This is such a difficult time for sports fans because there's nothing today. There's the
Open.
There's the Open. That'll be done by like 3 p.m.
Yeah, they already started it way before we were awake.
If you're the kind of person that just wants to settle down with some sports when you get home from work at night.
Well, they'll re-air it.
There's nothing tonight. There's nothing.
They'll re-air it.
There's no baseball. Obviously, no football, hockey, whatever. You don't even have the WNBA. That's how bad it is tonight. There's not even the WNBA. Why? Because it's their All-Star break. So the All-Star game is coming up tomorrow, I believe. Or maybe it's Saturday. It's Saturday.
Okay.
But at least Friday we'll have baseball again. Tonight all you have is the CFL. You have Canadian football. That's it.
And the Open. They'll re-air it, guys.
But it's already happened. They could re-air the Super Bowl from last year, too. I don't care. It already happened.
I'm sure they will be on some channel.
Yeah.
They'll probably be re-airing it.
But let's talk about the WNBA All-Star Game coming up on Saturday, where they're trying out something new. They are going to reward players for attempting what has come to be known as the Logo 3.
Oh.
Which is kind of Caitlin Clark's signature thing, right?
Yeah.
Like her and Steph Curry kind of in each version of basketball brought this to prominence, and that is shooting not just from beyond the 3-point line, but like from that advertiser logo that's like almost all the way to half court.
Right.
And so in the WNBA All-Star game, if you have any part of your feet on the AT&T logo, it's a 4-point shot.
What?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So they're really trying to up the scoring in this game.
Yeah, and I wonder if they're kind of testing it out a little bit too. Like, I don't know. I think it'd be a pretty far reach for them to do this in the NBA or the WNBA. But at the same time, people have just been complaining that the NBA has gotten too like formulaic basically and boring, and they need to do something to spice it up and change things.
But also people complain a lot about how it's just a 3-point barrage now.
Because the regular 3-point shot is too easy.
Well,
and so they need to do something to make it more fun and challenging.
But then everybody would be trying this 4-point shot. And do we really want air balls? More air balls? Like, I don't think we want that.
I don't know. They need something. So the 4-point shot, we'll see. We'll see how it goes in the WNBA All-Star game. We'll see if anybody else has this in them besides just Caitlin Clark, who is she even playing because she was injured, right?
I don't think she's playing. Yeah. I mean, well, I have no idea actually because they just announced the 3-point competition would be between Caitlin Clark and Sabrina Ionescu.
Yeah. So she must be
fine. Okay.
Yeah.
She was injured though recently because she had to leave a fever win towards the end of the game. So.
Well, this is if you needed something, even if Caitlin Clark doesn't play. This is something that just gives it a little more juice, and there's not a lot else to pay attention to anyways. So
will you be watching the WNBA All-Star game?
I need to see how Angel Reese does. Yeah, I'm gonna maybe put a big bet on her to be MVP.
Okay. Yeah. Which team is she playing on? Collier's, I'm assuming.
I don't know.
There's no way Caitlin Clark drafted her. There's no way. Because it was a draft between Caitlin Clark and Nafisa Collier.
Okay, yeah. Wow, you really know a lot about this.
I can't remember her first name, but it's the Collier girl that started the undefeated league. Yeah.
Now we're going back and forth of like which one of us knows
more. I don't claim to know really much.
Which team does Nafisa Collier play for?
The Aces?
No, that's the Lynx.
Okay.
Minnesota Lynx.
Minnesota. Yeah. All right.
Yeah. Which is a good name for a team.
It is a great name.
Yeah. WNBA All-Star Game Saturday with the Logo 3 for
I will
4
not
points.
be watching it. Thanks for listening to the RadioU Podcast. Don't forget to rate and review the show.